Part of the magic of mobile technology is being able to go on the go and just meet up with a friend. In this case, I met up with Goby G-Major and we were just experimenting on finding ways to be able to collaborate. So we were experimenting using Garageband's Jam Session and also using Ableton Link when you're connected on the same Wi-Fi. So this video is just showing a bit of a premise as to what we experienced and our thoughts behind it. So yeah, hope you enjoy. So the first thing we tried using was Ableton Link, and for this one, all we needed to do was just make sure we're connected to the same Wi-Fi network. What I ended up doing was using my phone as a Wi-Fi hotspot, and then both devices connected to it. Wanted to make sure was that in the settings of the application we were using, I was using Groovebox and Goby G-Major was using Launchpad, but we could have used other applications that supported Ableton Link, and it would have worked the same. So just make sure that when you go into the settings of these applications, you turn on the Ableton Link feature that allows the device to be seen and you can easily connect. Once we did that, it was just fun. That's just the best way I can describe it. Where Goby could easily just change between drums or chords or select different loops, and I could just add in different melodies based on whatever I felt like in Groovebox. Honestly, I had a lot of fun in this collaboration. I couldn't get Goby's screenshot, but here's a bit of what I was doing during that moment. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Hope everything's going okay. All right, let me check. Always do a double check before you do it. The next part was using Garageband's Jam Session, and disclaimer, this was not fun. What I can say is the process of setting it up involved, first of all, opening up a GarageBand project, and then you'd have to go directly into the settings to be able to allow it to be configurable. Now, a lot of the frustrating point was that whatever device is setting the session needs to be the one that is updated. The process of finding the device wasn't exactly intuitive. We pretty much had to open up a blank project or open up a previous project on Goby's iPad. Once we open up a project on it, we had to go to the same settings. I found the iPad, we added it, and then it would open up a completely blank project for him. And then right after that, we'd have to wait until it's synchronized. But once we got it running, we were able to get some recordings. Now, Live Loops doesn't work with this method, so you can't use Live Loops application in this method. You also can't choose inter-app audio apps, so whatever apps you're using, it's got to be AUV3. Granted, there's a lot more AUV3 apps that are out right there, but a lot of applications are intuitive for music production. They tend to be inter-app audio, I find. So once we were able to get past that hurdle, it was just a case of Goby laying down some drum ideas and I just had some melodic ideas. But The process was, how do I say, it was tedious in the sense of why would I need a different device to make a drum beat, and I'll be making melodies on this one where I could just record it all on my iPad. Another pain point was the process of control wasn't intuitive. Like, you couldn't easily just come in and come out of a session. If a device is dropped off, well, sorry, it just pauses. At least that's what I experienced during the whole process here. If you're looking for a collaboration session, I personally wouldn't recommend jam session unless both of you are great at playing particular instruments. That's where jam session would possibly shine. But if you're looking at having fun in terms of like a collaborative session and just coming up with ideas, I personally would just recommend using the Ableton Link method. And I believe I did a video with another friend where we actually used Ableton Link to be able to share ideas, and we just kept stacking on and stacking on. I'll put the link in the description as well. Let's see. So I guess back to where I was like heading out on this idea of the collaboration. I actually like what's the word? I like the fact that you're able to like use your device over there. I'm able to use my device over here, and like we're able to like collaborate and make some sort of like scene. The problem with this thing when we're using GarageBand was that it had, I think the thing like stopped on us for many abrupt reasons that weren't so intuitive. Maybe it's like it has to do with using the application, but it was less of a jam session. I felt like it was just one person using the control, like one person making music and the other person like what's the word?
One person playing the instrument, the other person
Just controlling the iPad like a DJ.
Yeah.
But it didn't really give you that option to be able to be creative and like add stuff with loops. And you raise a good point, but not everyone knows how to play an instrument. I like the method of like using Ableton Link where we use like launchpad, and I use Groovebox because that was like apps I was able to use to add melody. I think in the future I have to look into as an application like AUM. Because apparently with AUM you're able to, whatever applications you want to use, that's AUV3 or Interap Audio, you can actually bring it into AUM and use it as a way to be able to like make sessions and make songs.
Can that other thing not work?
Which one? audiobus?
Yeah.
audiobus will work as well. Actually, that's true. I could use audiobus. The only thing is that if I want to record the session on audiobus, I have to use a different application like Bloxwave, which isn't a bad idea, honestly. So yeah, both audiobus and AUM would do the job. It all just depends on what I really want to do. I guess for me, I want to find a way to capture the ideas that's coming out from your device and also the same thing from mine without needing to like screen record it. Like, I mean, we can screen record it and that was good. But sometimes you want it to be in like one concrete session, if it makes sense. I guess screen recording is the best because you can see the video and the audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but I mean, granted, during this session, my screen recorder didn't crash, and it's still on right now, funny enough. Overall, like, I think this was better than the last session because we learned a few more new tricks. Ableton Link is probably the best way to collaborate between multiple devices.
Yeah.
Yeah. And using apps that have it, like Groovebox, Bloxwave, and more, it allows for a lot more. Garbageband's only good for production.
Yeah. And mastering.
Yeah. Or unless you were playing like one single instrument, I think. Alright.
Yeah. You gotta do like a multi-screen recording.